see, what's this? I don't know what retouch is. Anyways, chat filter, share. Live? Yeah, still going, alright. Live? Yeah, still going, alright. Okay, I was gonna say, it looks like it says it, but I'm not entirely sure. So, I mean, I'm assuming the audio's on, right? I don't think anything else has really popped up. Let's start a poll, start a Q&A. I actually should watch that. Anyways, I don't know how to start this. I really don't. I just knew I had to stream and I eventually would have to talk about this. And also thought, you know what, there's literally no better time than now, especially since I go back to work. I work till 9 to 2 tomorrow, and then for the weekends, I'm working 9 to 4, both Saturday and Sunday, so yeah. Although Sunday through the other time, that might change, because, you know, January, New Year, those months are genuinely a little slower, so I'm not really expecting much. But that's why I'm glad to make sure that I'm working all throughout these next couple days, these next couple weeks as hard as I can and as many hours as I can. Make sure I can collect enough money. You know, I think my paycheck should be good enough, especially since I think I'm gonna get holiday pay for like a little time frame. But yeah, and don't get first of all, I just want to say that is gonna get in part. Okay, I am talking about this for a reason. Let me just hold on. Let me try to find like a better angle. That really does nothing. Okay, give me 1 second. No, that doesn't really do anything for me either. Unless, hold on. Alright, my fault. I was looking at the wrong spot. There we go. Ooh, oh. That could have been bad. I had to take off my sunglasses because I'm pretty sure I was getting it right. But at the same time, it didn't feel right, so I was just doing that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, actually let's turn that a little over here. That should be good. But yeah. So essentially, I'm just gonna make this. I don't know. I don't want to beat around the bush. So I'm just gonna try to say it. I'm just gonna say it. Next year, especially with 2024 coming to an end, I would say I completed a lot, and especially throughout this year, I literally uploaded a short daily. I don't think there was an actual day where I missed uploading a short, even on days where I was like at my cousin's or I was out somewhere. Like I was making sure that I always had a short made, and what's it called? Like I always made sure I was on top of YouTube. I was always making sure I had, you know, everything just keep going. And I think I talked about this before, and I think I've showed it before. But I use this notepad, whenever I would have like some kind of idea or whatever the new week was coming up, I would immediately just start writing, like looking through my picture gallery, picking out questions I wanted to answer throughout that week. Like if I wanted to have a specific theme or if I just wanted to pick out a good amount of questions that seemed like they would be good, I literally just went to here and I immediately just started writing them down. But I haven't done this in like months. I'm not even joking. I think the last time I did this like sometime early September, and that was around the time school was starting, like college. So I was just making sure. I don't know. I guess I was like, you know what? I just gotta go with whatever picture I can find, and now here we are. Like I literally just got to the, like I literally just started doing that where I was like, okay, I'm just looking for a random question. This one would do, and then I did. I think I am gonna start using this again, especially with especially with the new year coming up. I feel like it would be helpful to actually like have stuff written down again. I mean, it's not like spontaneous, spontan. I don't even know how you pronounce the word, spontaneity or whatever. I don't think it's bad to be spontaneous, so I'll definitely like leave room for it. Like I'll just like save the question for like next week, like the next week Monday if I don't get around to it. So I'll just save it for that. But yeah, I definitely do think that for right now, this is what I'm still gonna be doing. Hold on, I'm looking at this real quick. Yeah, a lot of these are old passwords, so I don't have to worry about if I'm like leaking or anything. Yeah, a lot of these are old passwords, so I don't even have to worry about it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start writing on this again. But what's it called? But like I was saying, but this would I'm also gonna use this to write down ideas, and I'm also gonna use my phone, and I have because even though I was able to grow a lot through this year alone, specifically, like I said, daily uploading shorts and whatnot, talking about mostly anime. I'm not gonna lie, like I would say 90% of my content has been mostly based around anime, excluding like live streams and everything. I've mostly been talking about like anime. Whenever I'm live streaming or whenever I made short or videos, they would always be based more around like gaming. So for excluding all of that, just focusing on shorts, I would say for the most part, I was definitely leaning towards anime more than like gaming, more than more normal TV shows and whatnot. Like I was definitely leaning towards that because that was to me that was like the biggest factor of it. I feel like that would be the biggest audience, and it did. I mean, here we are near the end of the year at 669 subscribers. Last time I checked. Sorry about that. Yeah, 669 subscribers just using anime content alone. And once again, throughout this whole year, I've literally hit at least 5, 6, maybe 7 different shorts that have reached about 10K views, which is absolutely insane. I know one short was because of TikTok. That one had 15,000 views, and I don't even think it was one of the better ones, honestly. By the way, if you have, I've talked about it before, but I use the filters on TikTok whenever I'm like in a pickle, or whenever I just like feeling way too tired to just come back home, like pick out a question, go onto YouTube or yeah, mostly YouTube. Go onto YouTube, find the clips I want to use, and then that just seems like it's definitely a lot more work, and that's why I'm actually glad to be using TikTok filters because when using the TikTok filters, it's definitely a lot easier to use, especially when I can just get it out more, especially when overall it's just so much better. It's just much more convenient, and that's why I have liked using TikTok, if that makes sense. Oh, fuck. Give me one question. And I just realized I'm muted. Gosh dang it. I forgot where I was, so overall I'm just gonna say, yeah. I don't even know. I'm sorry. Okay. Overall, why I really wanted to make this was to talk about next year. I really plan on diving more and more into my content. And that means making some changes. Now, nothing really crazy. I guess I'm just gonna come out and say it. I want to do more. I'm focused. All right, you know, let's just get it out there. I want to do animations. Now, here's the thing. I am not good at art or drawing or anything like that. I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you guys. In fact, I actually want to show you guys something real quick. And I actually posted it on Twitter. This right here, this is my attempt at drawing my own original character, like my character that I have for my profile picture. I gave up and I started looking for a tutorial on Deku or Yuji, and then I chose this one. I chose the Yuji one because this was just like, I feel like he was actually the closest one to my character and the one I wanted. So yeah, I chose Yuji because I immediately gave up on my character. This is literally better because the fact that it looks this good is because I copied or was following along, I guess is more the accurate term. I followed along a tutorial on how to draw a chibi version of Yuji Itadori. Obviously, I put my own little twist on it, you know, just a blindfold. And obviously, the hair is kind of a little spikier or whatnot, or like a little more, you know, wavy, curly, whatever you want to say. So, yeah. And then down here, this is literally my my drawings of these different types of emotions. You got shocked, you got what is that? Fluster? I want to say this was fluster. I know this one's shocked. That one's actually pretty easy to understand. This one is sobbing. This one's also pretty easy to understand. But I think this one's supposed to be like flustered or like very in love, I guess. I don't even know. They didn't really put like any label on it. I mean, these two are obviously like, you know, this one's like very shocked, like then this one's just bawling their eyes out, looking like Zenitsu down there. Very poorly. And then this one, I'm assuming this is supposed to be like in love or like very particularly favoriting something. I don't know. But yeah, I literally tried my best to draw my best. And what really made me start like realizing that I should take it a little more serious is because of the fact that with me wanting to do animations and me also knowing that my art is terrible, I decided to reach out on Twitter and be like, hey, you know, any animators out there or any animators or 2D animators that can that are willing to work for me. I don't want to go too deep into it. I gave them a couple of lists of animators on YouTube that I really like and like want to like try to mimic their style of like how they animate. So first of all, I just want to say I was not expecting that tweet to blow up, but apparently a lot of animators and artists out there are starving for work. And first of all, I just want to say no offense to them, but I was not expecting that post to do as good as I thought. But also, it kind of sucks that a lot of people did like followed me and like left hearts and whatnot simply because of that. I'm assuming they had it just so like they could bookmark, but most of them actually like sent me DMs too. So it's like wow. But yeah. So I just really I don't know like I just really wanted to step up my game next year, and what better way than to use something like animation to get into it? Because I've been following animator. What am I trying to say? I've been following animation YouTubers and animators for like a long time on YouTube now. Like Odd Ones Out, The Amazing, Emerichu, Wolfie Chew, and there's a bunch of others out there that I can't place my hand on, like Something Else YT, Jaden Animations, like those guys. Like I really, first of all, I love telling stories. It's as simple as that. I love being able to like give little moments and little hints about my life, but also telling more about myself because I like giving that kind of information. I've said it 1,000 times before on my streams and plenty of times. I consider myself an open book. It's just whether or not people want to read that book. So, with me being at a very big limitation with my art, I reached out on Twitter. A lot of people responded, and then I started thinking, okay. But then there was this one person, and I'm not gonna say any names, But there was this one person who was like, "Oh, how much is this gonna be?" So I gave him a number. Now I don't. I know animation is very pricey, but the kind of art style I was trying to go for, and like the animation style, it was gonna be like as very simple and It's very simple and just I don't know. I was gonna use complex. It's just very simple to do. So when they were like, "Oh yeah, that could only last," that much would be like 30 seconds of the time and 30 seconds of my time in the animation. I was thinking, they're probably right. I mean, I know a lot of animators they charge different rates for their animation, so I was like, that is a good choice. So I was thinking about it, like, okay, maybe I could save up a little more money, or could just like push it off a little more to the side. But then I started thinking I really want to just start and try to get into it as much as I can and as fast as I can. Because if I go throughout like a whole half month, like halfway through the year, and then I decide to, like, I have that money saved up. First of all, what are the chances I have that money saved up? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there's a lot of things in my life that require money. I mean, if you're an adult, then you definitely know there's a lot of bills, there's a lot of things. For me, I help out with my family a lot with money. I also like to buy some stuff on Amazon. They're not really essentials, but there's stuff that I really enjoy for my hobbies. There's a lot of things. I've been especially trying to save up money so I can buy two things in particular. One is for actually a down payment on a car, and the second thing is I finally want to get a PC because I've never really had like a personal computer of my own. My dad has had computers. They've always been pre-built and they've always been, I don't want to say hand-me-downs, but I think he's gotten them from like work or some other place. So yeah, I wanted to save up enough money to do both, but I know I won't be able to actually save up enough. So what I'm trying to do is, if I'm going to be doing and saving up all this money, and especially going more into YouTube and creating content, why not just kill two birds with one stone and just try to push off that other thing? So what I've been doing, so I decided to look back on it and be like, you know what? Even if I am able to save up that money, would it really be worth it? Especially if all I'm able to save up like all that money that they really need for that one video, and then I just don't have enough money to make it the next video. Because what I want to do after that, I want to have it to where it's set up, and then I want to have it to be like every other week, like maybe every week, every 2 weeks, where a new animation video will come out. That's what I was really planning for. And if it's that much money to just make that one video, then that would just be way too unrealistic for me to actually complete because of the fact that I just wouldn't have the funds for that, especially if I'm trying to save up for other things and helping out my family. So I started to backtracking and I started thinking about, okay, what can I really do that's even more simple and more realistic? And for a while, uh, I was thinking about it. Like most of the time, like when I was at work, when I'm at home streaming, playing video games. Actually, I don't think I was streaming that much this week. I know I streamed a little bit for Christmas, but problems. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But overall, I was thinking, what can I really do? And then I just immediately came up with an idea that I initially wasn't too happy with, but then I was like, it's not the worst idea, but it's also not the best, but I could definitely run with this idea. Like it's a sufficient idea that I do feel like would be able to just keep going if that makes sense. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And here's what I'm thinking. For animation and for YouTube and for all of it, what I'm thinking about doing is just having these animators or artists that reached out to me just make a couple of different arts using my character. And if you guys don't, once again, if you guys don't know the character I'm talking about, it's essentially just me. Like it's just me. Like my profile picture, just how I am like right now. Like I don't really have any kind of big requirements except for like a few minor things. But overall, that's really what it is. I just want to have my character and my person just be in the videos. I mean, that's how everyone else does it. I mean, well, Odd One's out. He just has like a Michelin Man looking guy kind of guy. But for other actual animators who like draw themselves, like Jada Animations, Maz, the Amazing I should say, Emirichu, like they actually like draw themselves with like actual clothes and like a little more coloring and whatnot. Like they actually put more effort into that. That's kind of what I want, but at the same time, I just gonna have it as this. Because for my initial video, I want it to be at least 5 minutes. Now, for the most part, a 5 minute animation, it shouldn't be, especially with it being what's it called, like I said, the price will be way too much. But what if I just went with, what if I just went with art? And by that, I mean, what if I just went with pictures of my character, just like doing the simplest things, like, you know, they're just like smiling, they're frowning, they're being more serious, they're angry. Like, what if I just asked them, hey, can you draw 5 to 10 pictures, depending on the video and what kind of things I want for what kind of things I want for the video? I could be like, hey, could you draw 5 to 10 pictures of my character with these different types of variations, where it be me happy, me sad, me sitting in a desk, me yawning at a desk, me sleeping at a desk, like for like a school story, let's say, like, and maybe even like me standing in front of me or a teacher standing in front of me on my desk, and I'm just like, you know, just like very bereft. Like, did I use bereft? I don't think that's the right word. More aloof. Let's go with aloof. More aloof showing. Like, what if I just have it to like that, and I just use the audio and just like have more emphasis on my character and my, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to like focus on making the whoever watches it like actually visualize it for themselves, while also giving them little hints to what I'm trying to allude to. And I was thinking, you know what? And especially now, I'm thinking like that would actually be not too bad, because not only would I be saving more than what it would actually take to make an animation, but it'd also be a lot more beneficial because of the fact that it's alluding and actually giving people more to actually think about. Because I feel like if it's actually giving people like something to think about while also watching the video, I generally feel like that could actually be a genuinely good thing for both of us. And obviously, as I would go on and whatnot, I would like, you know, have more stuff, like maybe longer videos or like longer stories, and then maybe more arts that goes along with it. But what I would really like to do, and this is actually an idea that just came up when I was also thinking of this, as I was like branching with the idea, I was thinking, what if for every artist that has reached out to me, every animator, I have, for every week I do a video, I always have someone else's different art style and different pictures. Like, let's say I did let's say one of the first artists slash animators that reached out to me, I contact them and be like, hey, 5 to 10, you're doing that, and then we're in business. Boom, it's as simple as that. They draw the pictures, I do the art style, they do the pictures, I edit together the video, I provide the voice recording, I have everything, I send the video, and then the next video I have someone else's different art style, the second person, or at least another person who sent in like a DM, or like, hey, are you working, or hey, can we work together on your project? The more and more I'm starting to think about it, I would genuinely love that, because first of all, it would bring a lot more exposure to those artists who have reached out to me. Because first of all, I I think it's awesome that so many people reach out to me, but at the same time, there's so many people out there looking for work that I feel like this could be great exposure for them, because of the fact that if let's say like my third video, like let's say I'm talking about my third video and it's a school story one. Literally, if their art style is good and the video is like a hit, that art style will literally be one of the biggest aspects of that, because it's what made, I'm assuming it's part of what made the video great. So then and then I would obviously be crediting their work, especially like with the end card. So I would just be like, yeah, this is I mean, I would obviously have their name, like their links in the description and everything, but I would also be like, yeah, you know, this is what they did, this is who, they did this, they did that. You know, this is what the art style is. You can, huge thank you and a huge shout out to this person. And then that would give them more work. So I just feel like it would be so much I think it would be beneficial. I'm not sure how much art they would cost. Like, let's say they charge like $10 for an art piece. Like, let's say like if I asked for like 5 drawings, I would hope. Once again, this is all speculation. Like $10 for an art piece, and I'm asking for like 10 different pictures for like my character in different kinds of situations. Would it be that bad if I just? It wouldn't be that bad if I just had to give them like that $100. I can definitely afford $100. I can't afford like $1,000 though. Once again, I'm trying to save for a PC, trying to get my own stuff good. But yeah, I generally feel like that would be the best path for me, at least. And then the next year after that, I would actually try to take it my own way, where I would be like, yeah, this is gonna be the last and final video from them, and now I'm gonna be trying to focus on, or maybe hopefully I can find a full-time animator and actually be able to like pay them. But overall, I just feel like that's really what I want for me, want for my channel at least. It's just I really want to grow my content a lot more. The thing is, I've said it plenty of times and throughout this year alone, I've been burned out of streaming. There's literally no doubt in my mind that I have streamed not that many times this year compared to literally 2023. 2023 was such a great year of streaming, for me at least, where I was literally like grinding and streaming every day. Like there wasn't like a time, even if I was like coming in after work, I would literally be streaming, even if it was for a little bit. It wouldn't be often, but I would definitely be having those days. And there would be times where I'm streaming for those hours, 2 hours, maybe even 3 ish. I don't think I've ever got to 3 ish actually. But yeah, there would be those times where I'm streaming and then it just felt like great. And don't get me wrong, part of it was definitely when it was like still like OG Fortnite. That was like one of the biggest peaks for it. But this year, even though there's been a lot of games and even though there's been a lot of potential, I knew that I was just burned out. There's no real rhyme or reason. It's just that I was not feeling as happy as I was streaming anymore. Like it was really as simple as that. I mean, Fortnite at that point was after OG had left, it had gotten very stale for me again. I tried playing it for a little bit, but I just couldn't. And then Call of Duty with its NW3, it was just no. I already talked about how I felt about NW3, but with like so many games in 2024 that I really didn't have that access to, it was just so upsetting to say the least. And keep in mind, back literally last year, I didn't have a PS5 yet. I literally still had only a PS4, and I wasn't showing my face or anything. Like this is why I say my year for content, even though I haven't been streaming as much, I've been putting out shorts daily. Even the times I have been streaming, they've actually been pretty successful. I even did a lot of variety streams on both my laptop and my phone. Like I've been trying to reach out, and I know for the most part it's not working because consistency. But I definitely think this is a great thing for me. And that's what I really want to do. I want to keep growing. I want to keep evolving with my channel. I don't see any point of me continuing doing YouTube and doing content if I'm not continuously evolving my channel. And obviously, it's going to be very pricey, and especially with this dead month coming up soon, these couple dead months, it's going to be very hard to say the least. But I really want to keep growing my channel. I really want to reach a stat. I really want to just keep growing my channel and reach a status where I'm comfortable being like a good content creator, a good YouTuber. And like I said, the next year following, I really want to take a step back from that and be like, hey, I found a full-time animator. I'm doing this myself now where I'm just having the same kind of style, but it's actually my art. In fact, the reason, another thing I want to say is I have been actually trying my best to draw. Never been passionate about drawing. I've always thought it was like an interesting and good enough thing for me to do every now and then. I've always envied and I've always related to those things where it's like what you imagine drawing. It's like a perfect picture of a dragon, and then it's what you actually draw, and then it's the worst possible thing ever. So that's what I've been trying to do, at least for these past couple of days. And if you guys haven't noticed, I have been when I was naming a couple of animators. One of the names I mentioned was Emirichu. Now, if you don't know her, she's actually has kind of the style I'm going for when it comes to what I want for an animation video. The thing about her style is that she doesn't actually like do animation for the most part. It's mostly just like pictures and then like another frame of pictures and then it just keeps going, just like a continuous frame. Like the mouths aren't moving, no motion gestures, literally nothing like that. So that's why that's what I really want to do. I really want to copy a style from hers because first of all, I love her animation styles. I love her drawings. But also, I want to get better as an artist myself. So that's why I have myself been taking a couple of lessons from her. Now, in her video and the thing, now in a video where she was like explaining like how she draws and whatnot, she actually left a couple of links where it was like, where it was this, where it says 25 essential expression challenges, and then as you can see, she has actual like draw stuff, like her own art and whatnot, and then down here she actually has more, because this one's more realistic and like more 2D ish, if you know. Meanwhile, this one's more cartoony and chibi like. And I've been copying this one a lot more because what I really want to go for is more chibi version and more chibified, because first of all, it's going to be very easier to draw on. And obviously that's what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go for easy. So I've been doing that for the past couple days. I hadn't actually started until like a little a little later into Christmas. But yeah, that's what I've also been doing with this. Because hold on. Because even while I've had this up, I've literally been trying to copy it to my best ability. And this is what I've gotten. As you can see, I've been very, very poorly copying it. Where I've had happy, where I've drawn sad, I've drawn pleased, angry, confused, and then what is that? Tired? Now, obviously, this art isn't the great. I mean, I can easily say that. It's terrible. Look at it. But yeah, that's really... but if I really want to achieve my goal, then I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to put in a lot of work, but I'm also going to need some time. So, that's really all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the artist, what I really want for 2025. I want to grow, essentially. I don't know why I said essentially. Exceptionally well in 2025. I want 2025 to be a great year for me and for my channel and for my content. But I know in order to do that, I'm going to have to keep taking more and more strides. That's why I'm going to have to keep trying. That's why I'm saving up for a computer. With that, it'll definitely lead me up to more avenues, like building more connections. I've talked about it before about why I wanted to be a YouTuber and why I want to create content. For the most part, I want to make people happy. But I also want to make money so that way I can help support my family. Those two are mainly the two reasons why I want to do it. I mean, obviously I'm passionate about doing YouTube and creating content, but those two really are the main reasons, because I've grown up with YouTube my whole life. I literally was born the same year YouTube came out. And as I was growing up with YouTube, it was literally one of the happiest things for me. There wasn't a day where I wasn't laughing at YouTube or laughing at a video on YouTube or watching a role play or whatever. There was always something on YouTube that made me laugh. There was always something on YouTube that made me cry. There's a lot of things on YouTube that made me agree with a lot of people and follow and realize that there were a lot of people who shared the same opinion, especially on Call of Duty. YouTube has always been a great and special place, especially for me. And I hope that while I'm creating content, that makes someone else happy. I mean, it's really as simple as that. I don't know what to say. I mean, it really is just as simple as that. And then obviously, the more money I make, the more subscribers, the more views and everything, I could definitely make a lot of money. And I really want to support my parents. I want to support my family. I want to support my parents. This is really why I really want to talk about it. I just want to mostly just go into detail about what I will really want for 2025. Now, of course, I'm not going to get right into it. I mean, at the end of the year, that'd be such a dumb thing to do, honestly, even with holiday break and everything. I just don't feel like it'd be worth the risk, and I still need to make sure I can save up enough money to finally buy the PC and also be able to get my first video out. I want to get it out relatively early, so I'm really trying to aim for at least sometime in the beginning of February, like the first week maybe of February. I want to have that first video out. the latest I would want is like the next month over, like maybe sometime in March, like maybe beginning mid-March. So, not really much else to talk about. That's really it. Just want to, like I said, I just really wanted to get that out there, get that off my chest. I've been thinking about this for not that long time, but I really wanted to just talk about like what I want. And by the record, and for the record, I should say, I really meant I was talking about the animation and whatnot. I'd always wanted to do animated stories and whatnot, but I'd never actually gotten around to it until like literally a couple days ago. Time moves fast, man. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on my art, trying to get this crap improved. I'm gonna reach out to those artists and then reach out to the artists, tell them about what my plan is, and yeah. Other than that, I think about it, I probably should have told. I probably should have made like a tweet, be like, "Hey, soon I'm gonna go live and like to all the artists I've talked about. This is what I plan on doing." So hopefully I could just let. Hopefully they can just watch the stream though. Hopefully they'll be more down for that instead of me like making more posts about it. But yeah, that's really all I really wanted to talk about. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream later today and throughout the rest of this week. I'm not really entirely sure. Maybe I'll stream on Friday. I get off 9 to 2, so I could definitely stream that later. But for Saturday, probably not. I work 9 to 4, so I don't think I'm not sure if I'd be like tired or like just game for it. But and then the next week, I'm not sure about that. I think my schedule got updated, and I think I might get my. I think that's when I might start getting my hours cut back. So definitely gotta look into that. But I do know that it should be a relatively interesting beginning of the new year. And with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go ahead, drop a like, drop a sub to your friends. As always, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night. Hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, or if you don't celebrate the holidays, hope you had a good Wednesday. I'm looking forward to New Year next year, guys. First of all, I just want to say time moves really fast. It's insane. At the same time, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see the new year, and I can't wait to keep growing my content. Don't get me wrong, I am scared as hell, but I want to achieve this real bad. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep trying and just keep going. As well, no, guys, take notes. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.